Hi, my name is Corey Glaister, and today I'll be showing you design and make up a potting medium. First of all, I'll start off with the ingredients that I've selected. So you can see here I've got some organic compost, some perlite, some coir peat and some paving sand. I'm just wetting down my coir peat to let it soak in the watering can, in the wheelbarrow. And I'll leave that for about 10 minutes. Alright, so I've let that soak for about 10 minutes and give it a good kind of stir, and you can see it's really soaked in. Ready for mixing up. I've decided that there is 9 litres of potting mix required. I'll start with 10% extra of each product to allow for shrinkage. I'll start off with the sand. So as you can see there is 1 litre of paving sand. Pour that into a cup. And I'll add an extra 10%, an extra 100 ml. There we go. So that's 1 part sand. There we go, 1 litre of perlite. An extra 100 ml, 10% to allow for shrinkage. There we go, that's the perlite done. Move these over here. Again, I've just got some organic compost from Bunnings here. Except there's 1 litre. Another litre. There we go. So a 3rd litre. Organic compost. An extra 300 ml to allow for shrinkage. And I'll just top that up on there. There we go, 3 parts compost. So there's 1 litre. Coir peat. There's 2 litres. Third litre. So 4 litres coir peat. So it's 400. And I'll just top that up. So there we have 4 parts coir peat, 3 parts compost, 1 part sand, and 1 part perlite. So lastly, I'll be measuring up about 400 ml of Australian native plant food, or patent fertilisers, as my potting mix will be intended for Australian natives. Put my mask on. There we go. Yeah, about 400. Good to go. Alright, so as you can see, I'm going to mix up My ingredients, it's a 42 litre bucket, so I've got plenty of space to mix it in, and there we go. So first I'll start off with the coir peat. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. So 4 parts coir peat. The compost. 1, 2, oh, and 3. A little bit of perlite left over in that. There is perlite, 1 part perlite, and 1 part sand. Everything's pretty well mixed together. There's no visible clumps of anything left. And I'll add a 400 ml of native fert. And just mix that in as well. So next I'll be preparing soil suspension. So there's 1 scoop in there. And then I'll go 1.5 scoops of deionized water, which I purchased from Bunnings. So 1. And a half, so I'll put another half in. And so that is half. And I'll put that in there as well. Mix that up a little bit. Okay, so I'm just going to test the pH of my solution. Pop this in here. And it's showing 6.5. You can see that there. That's really slightly acidic, pretty neutral. Alright, I'm just going to test the EC of my solution here. As you can see, digital EC meter, and I'll just place that in there. So it's at 0.7, you can see 0.7 decisiemens. It's a pretty good result. Okay, so now I'm going to perform the air-filled porosity test. So first of all, I've got my apparatus here, 4 holes and some notches out, 10 litre bucket, it's 11 litres, 10 litres of water and the top half. So first of all, I will get a moistened sample of my growing medium. Firstly, I'll pop this in here. Just get a little bit more. There we go. Now, I'll give it a drop from 5 centimeters, 5 times just to let it settle. Alright, so that should do. And now I'll pop that into the bucket. And I'll fill the bucket with water. To the top, so that's well above the join there and well above the thing, top half here. So I'll let that sit for about 30 minutes. Okay, so that's been about 30 minutes. I'm just going to remove it from the water here. Roll my sleeves up. I'm going to gently remove the apparatus from the water and let it drain for 5 minutes. And it's draining into this flat dish, and I will leave that for 5 minutes. Okay, so that's been about 5 minutes. I will gently place the apparatus gently back into the water. There we go. And I will leave that for another 30 minutes. Okay, so that's been another 30 minutes. I'll repeat this process another 2 times. Gently back in the dish. And I'll leave that for another 5. Okay, so that's been another 5 minutes. I'll gently pop this back in. There we go. I'm going to leave that for another 30 minutes. Okay, so that concludes the third soaking. I'm just going to remove this now, gently, and allow that to drain for 5 minutes. So that's the final 5 minutes to drain. Just going to gently remove this top half. And slice this off with a scraper, improvised knife here, so it's flush with the top. And then I'm going to put my stocking over the top. Well, and put an elastic band on it. And I'll secure these up here. There we go. So, I'm going to place that back into the water. There we go. There we go. Okay, so that's been about 10 minutes. I'm going to carefully remove this. So I'm covering the holes at the bottom with my fingers. Yep, and gently remove. Alright, I'm going to place that into an empty bucket so I can capture the water, and I'll let that drain for 30 minutes. Okay, so that's been a half an hour of draining. I can take this out and I'll pop that here, and I'll pour the drainage into my measuring cup. So that is 300 ml. You can see 300 milliliters there. after calculating my AFP, so 300 mil of drainage times 100 over 1100 mil of growing media, I've calculated the AFP to be at 27%, which is the recommended range between 25 and 28% for 140 to 200 millimeter trees and shrubs. So that is great, that's acceptable, and I'm happy with that. Okay, so just carrying out a visual inspection for organisms and fungi in my potting mix. So we'll go down here, just have a look inside there. You can't really see any visible bacteria, fungi or microorganisms or other organisms, but I know that on my compost that I've bought, the organic compost from Bunnings, it does contain microorganisms including bacteria, fungi and protozoa. So although I can't see them, they are there. Storage of my potting media, I'll just touch on here. I've poured it into a bucket which has a lid which I'll pop on. So that is well sealed and will be stored inside this lock up here over the weekend. I do plan to use this next week. So for a few days it will be stored inside, room temperature, not too hot, no sunlight. Yeah, so that's my storage, and thanks for watching.